Welcome back everyone to part 2 of a replay between Moon and Infi here on Echo Isle. We do have the Warden almost sitting at level 5, so level 3 and Fan of Knives should be coming in momentarily. Archmage is at level 3, and we do have a Town Hall and an expansion being set up. We are at Keep, but I do not see a secondary hero coming in anywhere yet. Archmage is now trying to focus down a single low hit point Wisp, and the Archmage is now forced to run away once more. The main army of Moon consists mostly of mercenaries and more mercenaries, so the and a ballista has joined in on the mix as well, getting a secondary ballista. We do have Moonwells in play, and we do have an expansion up for Moon, so Moon does have an expansion right now. We have a Shadow Strike, and the Archmage is going to go ahead and use the Staff of Teleportation and head back home. Warden picks up some additional Moon Juice in order to get some additional healing, and is now heading back over. We do have an Ancient of Protector now coming in, and we have Blizzard being casted. So Blizzard, I don't know if it was retrained, or if he does have, or if there were water elementals in the mix as well, but those Dryads are looking like a pretty smart investment at this time. Arcane Sanctum, one of Moon's Troll Berserkers overcommitting themselves, no real reason why, and now we have Ballistas now coming in. Ooh, nice Impale as they're holding position, gonna take some additional damage. Warden may be able to get in there and get in a Fan of Knives to do a lot of damage on those units. A Glaive Thrower very, very low on hit points already, and from 2 shots from those mortars, and is now trying to take down that Arcane Sanctum, trying to test the range of those towers right now. The Warden will be able to, does not have blinks, but will be able to Fan of Knives in there. Yes, gets in a Fan of Knives and does a lot of damage, and a Shadow Strike. So the Warden, now sitting at level 5, does get the level 2 Fan of Knives off. We do have a Mountain King coming in from Infi, as peasants are trying to repair. One of Moon's Ogre Maulers is overcommitted and will fall to towers. But should not give any additional experience right now. And more Blizzard coming in, and we do have more Fan of Knives. The Warden sitting at level 5, trying to play chicken with those units right now. Those Glaive Throwers are able to do a lot of damage and really be able to press on this attack right now. We do have three Glaive Throwers, and we have an Ancient of Wonders being built into the back of the base. More Warden now once again trying to do a Shadow Strike. Might be able to get a Fan of Knives in the mix as well, but we do have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, so the Warden is pretty much out of mana. No, uses a Potion of Mana, but is bolted in the mix. Now might get another Shadow Strike off. Let's see, should be able to pick off a couple additional Footmen, and we have a low hit point Mud Golem trying to just play chicken with each other. We do have 3 Glaive Throwers in the mix, and they are upgraded to on their attack, so they are able to do additional damage right now. Where's the Warden? The Warden is right over here, trying to get some additional mana, perhaps. Not quite sure where he's running to. Perhaps wants a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in order to be able to get in there and get in their Fan of Knives and get back out without losing mana to those Arcane Towers. At the same time, an Ancient of Lore is trying to take down a farm over here to the north, and more Blizzard being casted. The Warden is now going to run in here, perhaps get a nice Fan of Knives, get a Shadow Strike, and gets Bolt for all her effort and needs to run out of there in a hurry. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is on her, so she will be able to get out of there in a hurry if she needs to. We do have Spellbreakers now joining in on the mix, and we do have a good number of Mortars in the mix as well. So Mortars doing a lot of damage, just raining down a lot of damage on these units. Warden, perfect timing on a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and is able to shave off one of those deadly bolts from the Mountain King. Warden desperately needs to try to get another Fan of Knives off or a Shadow Strike, and quickly does a hide instead. Now gonna get a Shadow Strike perhaps on the Archmage, and the Archmage uses a Squirrel Town Portal. Yes, Fan of Knives now taking down some additional units left and right, and a Squirrel Town Portal to the back of the base in order for Infi to regroup right now. So we have 5 Ballistas currently in play. Staff of Teleportation to perhaps try to get some additional mana somewhere. Yeah, get some additional mana, and trying to get rehealed, and a sliver of experience away from level 6 right now. Trying to take down that Ancient of Wonders, or Ancient Wonders trying to take down some units as well. But units are just fighting back and forth. More Blizzard being casted left and right, and one Ballista does go down. And the Warden did get level 6 now, so the Warden is at level 6 and will be able to really use a lot of those skeletal and picked up the skeletons off of the ground in order for the Avatar of Vengeance. But a lot of the kills have been from Ballistas, so those do not leave skeletons behind and would not really be that effective. So an Avatar of Vengeance now coming in, trying to pick up some, trying to cast and really I don't know why that Avatar of Vengeance is just sitting there. We do have the Warden now trying to come back in. We do have a Spirit of Vengeance now in play. Spirit of Vengeance can probably just run in there and do some damage right now. Should probably try to get more Avatars of Vengeance and just try to take down those towers. That Avatar of Vengeance is going to be a problem as it is, or the Spirit of Vengeances are invulnerable. Fan of Knives in play. Arcane Tower trying to focus down the Warden. Warden once again forced to run to the back right now. We do have True Sight, an Arcane Sight on those guard towers, and those Avatar of Vengeance is just an awesome front line in able to just take down those buildings right now. Avatar of the Vengeance, the main Vengeance though, cannot go down, otherwise those Spirit of Vengeances will go down as well. So trying to hide it in the back of the base, trying to grab some additional, trying to take down some additional towers as well, and once more trying to run again. But those, the Vengeance is gonna go down to 280 hit points. We do have a Scroll of Healing, and let's see if he's gonna use that Scroll of Healing in order to keep the Avatar of Vengeance up. Nice Fan of Knives once more, and Moon is just doing a good job continuing to press this attack right now. A Militia now coming in as well. Mortars taking down the Ballistas in the back, and Warden trying to run away. Does have a Staff of Teleportation, but nothing really else is on him. We do have a Potion of Healing, and the Avatar Vengeances are just really just doing a lot of damage. Now trying to continue to push in, and we have level 3 on the Mountain King, level 2 Stormbolt on the Warden, and the Warden is forced to try to run to the back. The Vengeance is down to 40 hit points, 41 hit points, going to lose this Ancient of Wonders, but there is 5 Spirit of Vengeances just taking down units left and right. Those Spirit of Vengeances should maybe focus down those priests or perhaps these guard towers in order to just do some additional damage. Meanwhile, Moon is trying to regather himself, sitting in 51 over 70, so both players are in low upkeep. No one has an economic advantage really at this point in time. Archmage is sitting level 4, Mountain King sitting at level 3. Apparently they're buffering game data. I don't know really what that means. We do have Spellbreakers now joining in the mix, as well as the Mountain King is going to go ahead and push out. Warden picks up some, trying to pick up some additional items, and I think I saw 3 Ivory Towers on the Mountain King. Yeah, so 3 Ivory Towers. Infi wants to try to push with those towers right now, and we do have Ballistas being trained in the middle of the map right now, and we do have a lot of units heading over to the north, so that Ancient of War will go down really quickly to those mortars over here. And now Scout Tower is being built over in this position, a little bit of a weird position I guess it's a safe haven for Infi to be able to retreat to, and the Avatar of Vengeance will fall in just a moment due to the timer. I do not know, I think it's going to be an additional minute before the Warden will be able to summon another Avatar of Vengeance. Now we do now militia now coming in as well in order to perhaps do a tower on this expansion. We do have an Ancient of War now trying to build himself over here, and unfortunately he aggroed the creeps from the south, so those creeps are going to be a little bit of an issue. We do have the Warden now coming back out, and a new Avatar of Vengeance is back in place. So the cooldown is pretty much the same as the longevity of that Avatar. Warden now gets bolted, is forced to try to run away, but there is so many Spellbreakers in the mix that those Spellbreakers are pretty much immune to all the goody effects of that Warden. The Warden is forced to once again pull to the back. Those mortars are making it so that Moon has to commit an attack here. Mortars trying to take down that Ancient of Wonders in order to prevent any additional healing or potions of mana. Warden now sitting at level 6, getting feedback coming in from those Spellbreakers, gets a Fan of Knives off, and a Shadow Strike on a low hit point unit, and oh nice, the Breakers decide to focus down and kill off one of their own in order to prevent the experience gain. Does not want a level 3 Shadow Strike on that Warden. Warden is now trying to pick up some additional units over here at the Mercenary Shop and try to head back out. And stay tuned for part 2 or part 3 and the conclusion of this replay between Infi and Moon here on Echo Isle.